So I'm aware that I look pretty rough right now, but I have had my day just turn out really unexpectedly, and I just wanted to make a video describing how I feel and just talking about what has happened today. My dogs are barking. So I went to Smilo Cancer Hospital today for just my injections that I get and to get some blood work done. And while I was there, I was thinking about my friend that I met about 2 years ago at the cancer center. And I was just thinking, you know, I haven't talked to her in a couple months, and I should probably like reach out to her and see how she's doing. And I haven't really been talking to her because I know that she just had a bone marrow transplant, and last time I checked, she was doing pretty well. And you know, I'm still dealing with this, and I don't have a bone marrow match, and I kind of don't want to bother her with my problems. I don't want to like complain or vent to her about my problems or, you know, the stupid stuff that's going on in my life. I'm like, oh, I'm going through a breakup. But I thought of her today when I was at the hospital, and I remembered how 2 years ago I was first diagnosed with aplastic anemia, and I had just had immunosuppressive therapy and ATG therapy. And I remember sitting in my booth, and 3 days a week I would go into the cancer center for platelet and blood transfusions, and I would always look around and feel like the youngest person there. I would feel like such a weirdo, like, wow, how is it that I am sick, that I'm here right now? Like, this is so weird. I feel so out of place at 27 years old and in a cancer hospital. And there was this one nurse that worked there. She was a traveling nurse, and she was incredible. And she said, I'm administering blood products to a girl your age. She looks a lot like you. She reminds me of you. You guys should meet, because she could definitely tell that I was having a bad day. So I said, you know what, why not? Like, what can it hurt? And that was the day that I met Nicole. And she was one of like the most amazing people I ever met. I remember we exchanged numbers that day, and it was so funny because it was kind of like that scene in Step Brothers, and we were both like going back and forth comparing our side effects and our medications and our symptoms and all this stuff, and it was like, it was matching up. And like, I finally met somebody that felt what I felt and that knew what it was like to be sick. And we would tell each other everything about our trips to the hospital. Whenever we were there at the same time, we would, you know, visit each other in each other's pods where we would be getting transfusions, and we'd always update each other on our conditions. And she went into remission, I went into remission, and we both would give each other these pep talks and just say that we were both gonna beat this, and there was like no way that we wouldn't. Like, we were each other's motivators a lot of the time. Just saying there's no way we're not gonna beat this, that we are strong, we're young, we're doing everything right. And I told her, I was like, nothing's gonna happen to you, you're going to be fine. I reassured her, and she reassured me. And I remember like one time I got a sponsorship for a wig company, and I ended up giving her the wig because she had lost her hair to chemo, and I didn't even realize that she had lost her hair. Like, honestly, you would look at this girl, you wouldn't even think that she's sick, because she always looked so beautiful. And she was always so full of life and always had a smile on her face, always took everything in stride, no matter, you know, how sick she was, or no matter how many times she had to drive an hour to the hospital. She just always was pretty upbeat. And that really inspired me. And I remember she came to my Friendsgiving party, and a bunch of my friends got to meet her, and I just remember being like so appreciative that she came, that, you know, I'm just this girl that you met at a hospital. Like, you have a low immune system, I have a low immune system. I just felt like we bonded. We would always say we're like the low A and C buddies because we both had low neutrophil counts and we always had to wear the masks and hand sanitize all the time. So today when I was at Smilo getting my blood work, I thought of her and I said, I'm so glad that she got a bone marrow transplant and that her brother was a perfect match. And that she was able to get a cure. And I got home later and I checked Facebook and I saw that she died. It hit me so hard. I just in absolute disbelief and shock. I can't believe it and I'm so mad. I feel like I never got a chance to talk to her one more time and I'm just like, what the fuck happened? I thought she was doing okay and I just remember telling myself like nothing can happen to her because I see her as me, you know, like she is me and like if she can get through it then I can get through it and it is just so unfair, I think. And it is so sad and I'm just not okay today thinking about it. And it just shows that life is so cruel and so unfair and we just bitch about the stupidest shit sometimes and all that matters is that you are alive and with the ones you love. And I feel really grateful and blessed right now to be able to have this second chance at life and to be doing okay right now. And that's just how I'm feeling right now. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because today that really that shook me. And I don't feel okay. Like I'm trying to wrap my head around it, but I can't. And the only thing that makes me feel okay about it is that, like, my belief in God.